Well, happy New Year's Eve, YouTube. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader, and I'm here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. I am an Elliott Wave trader, and I specialize in just Elliott Wave theory and applying that to the market as I trade it. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Glad you're here. Today we're going to do a different video than I've done. I was watching Sin Crypto's video today, and this topic came up. What is our count? What is the count of the macro of the entire wave of Bitcoin? So two things we want to do today. Number one, I want to show you from a bear, because I'm generally been pretty bearish, okay? But I want to show you that I think 16,000 in the first half of this year coming up is very, very likely in Bitcoin. I want to prove that to you, show that to you from an Elliott Wave perspective. Secondly, I want to even make the case that even in the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to be hitting about $108,000. Potentially even higher than that. How it works and how that gets up there could be the devaluation of the dollar. It could be any number of things. But guys, we're heading that way, at least from a wave perspective, the best I can tell. So I want to share those thoughts with you, just to give you some ideas of where we're headed and show you the likelihoods of us hitting $16,000 in probably the first quarter of 2020. So with that being said, let's jump into the market. Don't forget that none of this is financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. And if you get anything out of it, fantastic. All right, let's jump in. Now, we're looking at the BLX chart, the Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin. Okay, and this gives us all the history of Bitcoin from day one, the best we have. Okay, in order to understand where we are currently, this is where we are currently. This is our all-time high of $20,000, and this is where we are right here in this correction here. In order to understand this, we have to zoom out. And we'll just kind of look at the count. And I want to talk about some things and where we are in the count and tell you why I think that, okay? And then where we're headed. Let's go to a different chart here. And let me show you. This is the log scale count of the entire chart on the 3-day time frame. And you can kind of see that if the novice was counting Elliott waves here, generally you would just kind of look at this and naturally say, okay, yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth wave, right? And we're waiting for some kind of a larger 3-wave correction. So a lot of guys right now are calling for a big 3-wave move like this to take us down to really low numbers, okay? Before we head back up. In other words, we've got a 5-wave completed. What they're saying is that we've got a 5-wave completed move. It's done, and then what we're expecting to get after that is a 3-wave move to the downside, and then we're going to continue on. Okay, and that means we're going to have lower lows and go on from there. Now, the only way that could be possible, guys, and I want to entertain this at least, the only way that count could be possible is if this were some kind of a leading diagonal. Okay, I do not think this is a leading diagonal, but that's the only way this count is possible. Okay, it doesn't have the shape of a leading diagonal, and it certainly doesn't have the feel, but it possibly could be a leading diagonal. So I want to keep that on the table and say, yep. So all these guys who are saying we're going to get some lower lows here could be right. There's some problems with that count though, and I'll talk to you about it in a minute. But with that being said, let me not entertain that for now, and I want to show you why I'm rejecting that for now. Okay, number one, it doesn't have the shape of a leading diagonal. Number two, the third wave looks to be the shortest of all of them, and that breaks the rules. And there's all kinds of reasons why this doesn't really work as a leading diagonal. So you can't really just say we got 5 waves here and it's done. Why is that? Well, one of the things you have to understand is when you look at Elliott wave theory, doesn't just include counting waves. It's understanding the subdivision of those waves, as well as the Fibonacci relationships between those waves. Okay. Now, if you've been taking my class, you know that the Fibonacci relationship between the extension of wave 1 to the wave 3 is at least the 1618 extension. In other words, a third wave needs to come to at least the 1618 extension of the first wave. If it doesn't come there, then we're likely looking at something else, okay, an ABC or something like that, or an unfinished wave. Let's just say that. And so we're looking for the third wave to finish around the 1618 or the 2618. Those are common extensions for waves to move and work. Okay, so we have to understand that. Now, I guess what I could do, let me just kind of go and show you here some impulses here on the 6-hour chart here. Let's see, where's a good place to, right here. Let me just show you a couple examples here. This is the our bottom in 2018, and this is the 2019 bull run. Okay, so if I measure this first wave, okay, and then pull the extension off of the second wave, what you'll see here is that we've got a 1, a 2, and now you see where the third wave comes. The third wave I'm saying is right here, the third wave, and it actually comes to the 4618 extension. I mean, that was a really extended third wave. Okay, well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got really good, nice delineation there of waves in the third wave. So this is really nice. We've got a 1, a 2 here. Let's just count it here. So here you would have a 1, a 2. That would be 3, 4, and then 5 to finish that guy out. And that's the way I'm counting that, and that's my count. And I'm sticking to it. All right. So, but you see how we came way past the 1618 back when this was being made. We thought that this is probably a good candidate for the end of wave 3, but what we got was an extended third wave. We got an extended fifth wave within the third wave. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got an extended fifth in the third. So that's how you counted that. But anyway, just wanted to show you that. And I could take you to impulse after impulse and just show you. Let me go down to the 2-hour time frame. Zoom over here a little bit. Come on, chart. There we go. I'll just show you a couple other examples on the smaller time frame. You kind of see it. Okay. Where's a good wave to do it on? I mean, any wave is pretty decent, but let's see. I'm looking for just a simple structured wave. Where I mean, this first wave isn't the best structure in the world, but I mean, it is an impulse wave. Okay, so when you see an impulse wave, here's our first wave. It's crystal clear, 1, 2, right there, a little small dinky thing. You can see that the third wave came to the 4618 here as well. So we got 1, 2, 3. This might even be the third wave, unless this is the end of the first wave, which is a possibility. If that's the case, then you can see how the 1618 is up here. So if this is a 1, 2, and that's a 3 right there, you can still see either way, you got the third wave coming up to the 1618 extension of the first wave. Okay, that's critical, and that's an important delineation that we understand and we commonly measure as we're measuring impulse waves. So as I look at this, the first wave clearly seems to be right here, okay? And this is log scale, so it does mess things up slightly, but still I think we're okay. Now I'm going to exclude the wick down here and just kind of measure from right there to there to there, and I want to show you something. What we've had here is the next wave comes to the 1-to-1 extension. Okay, so that's not a third wave, guys. This wouldn't be 1, 2, 3 because we didn't come up to the 1618. And if you notice here, let me get this off the chart. Okay. Get this off the chart here. We haven't even come up to the 1618 yet. So it is my assumption, my personal belief, okay, that the count is going to be something like this for now. Let me zoom this over here a little bit. So for now, I'm thinking the count is, this is indeed a 1 and a 2, okay? Now we're going to do the sub count of this, but actually we are in the middle of making the third wave, and we're probably going to come up here to the 2618 to finish that third wave out. Guys, I mean, I know that looks, that's $429,000. Now, again, things may change between now and 5 years from now, okay? As far as our monetary system, it may not be valued in dollars anymore. And so, who knows what's going to happen to our financial system. But anyway, if it continues along the same line here, this is the way I would count the impulse wave. Now, one might say, well, this could be the third wave. It didn't quite make the 1618, but it could be. I'm going to allow for that. And then we'd have our fifth wave to come on up here as well. So anyway, regardless, we got a third wave ending up here at the 2618, $429,000 potentially. Or we have a a third wave up here or a fifth wave. One of the two. I'm inclined to say the third wave is not yet put in. It's not complete, and we're still putting that in. Okay, we're just in the macro, in a large time frame move of that. So yeah, that's going to take quite a long time to play out. But let's see if there's any credence to this kind of count here. Again, this may be wrong. This may not be the right way, but again, I don't think though we can just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is actually more in line with actually what we call a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2. Okay, in other words, I believe that this could be a 1, 2 of the third wave. One of the reasons I'm okay with possibly putting the top of the third wave right here is because this could be actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be 5 finished waves of the third wave. Let me show you how I would count that if that were the case, if the third wave is finished. Okay, let me show you how I do that. This would be let me get this off the screen here. You got to hang in with me, guys. I'm setting the case here for a higher count, 16,000 or higher for this year coming, and so I just got to set the case for it from the macro, okay, and then I'll work our way down. All right. Anyway, so what we've got here is we've got a 1 and a 2 right there, and then we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the third wave right there of this third wave, and then what we have is an extended fifth wave. That's what that is right there, extended fifth. And let's throw the Fibonacci tool on that and see if those things measure out properly as far as a wave delineation, and see if that would work. Okay, and this is what I'm inclined to believe right now. Okay, so you see how the third wave came up to the 2618, and that's what I'm looking for here. So you've got a nice the third wave ends here at the 2618. Okay, then the fourth wave, and then a fifth wave here. So that looks pretty beautiful there. And that would be the fifth wave of the third. Okay, so 1, 2. Actually, we came up to the 4618 here. I was wrong there, guys. Not the 2618, the 4618. I got lost in my count there for a minute. So yeah, that would be the 1, 2. That's the third wave of this third wave, and then that's the bull run that we had from January 2015 all the way up to December 2017. That 2-year bull run is an extended fifth wave. Okay, and really, really hard to count there. There's actually like 7 or 8 or 9 moves in there, which is indicative of an extended wave. But regardless, the way I would then look at this whole thing then is that we've got a 1, 2, okay, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So we're actually putting possibly in the fifth wave here, and then what we've just done, the bull run of 2019, then is the first wave of that fifth wave, and so we're looking for 5 finished waves. Okay, now we had let's see. Now nothing here is super extended. In other words, This third wave isn't extended, so we could get an extended fifth wave. Again, the log scale really messes things up a little bit as you're looking at it. So understand that, especially as depending on how I have the chart laid out. The log scale is really, really hard to work with sometimes. But yeah, so that's my case right now. That actually what was just put in as a fourth wave, and I think it's complete as well. So let's look at it and see if there's any credence for the idea of a fourth wave being put in, and it's actually complete. First off, here's a fourth wave here that looks pretty complete. You got a WXY in there. It's a 3-wave move. It's a double zigzag is what that is, and it looks very similar to this, except we've got a different kind of count here. So let me take you and show you the count that I have for the most recent correction. Going back to that previous correction back in 2014, you can see I've already got it marked as a WX and a Y. You got a 3-wave here. Okay, a WXY there, got a 3-wave there, and then we've got a 3-wave there. It's a double zigzag basically. Okay, now let's look at this count here and explain to you why I've counted it like I have. One thing I need to do that I haven't done here is there it is. Put a trend line here because I believe we have a triangle right there. Beautiful. All right. So how do I count this? Well, I'm counting it overall as a WXY. It's a complex correction, okay? What we have here is we got 3 waves here. It's an ABC. You got a 5, 3, and a 5, okay? And then you have this running flat right in here, this running flat right there as our X wave, okay? And it seems like in this correction, the flats have been the X waves, okay? And then we have a 5-wave move to the downside, okay? And then we have a triangle here. So that's our B wave, our triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves in there. Boom, we're done. And then we get a 5-wave move down. So we got a 5, a triangle, 5, 3, and a 5 right there for the Y wave, okay? And that finishes off the move there, and that brings us down to a nice correction level. That actually brings us to the 382 Fibonacci level of this entire move. Let me show you that, which right there to there. You can see how we came and touched the 382 there, which is good for a 4th wave. So looking for a 5th wave move here, guys, and it looks like it's going to be an extended wave the way this wave is being shaped. Okay, the way this wave is shaped looks like it's going to be more of an extended wave. This looks like a 1-2, and that we still have some ways to go down here, guys. But how are we going to get up to $16,000 at least, at minimum? How are we going to do that? Well, let's dive into that a little bit and see. Let's dream a little bit together, okay? All right. So with that being said, we have to ask ourselves the question: what is this structure right here? Okay, what is that structure? Well, for me, I can count it in no other way than a 5-wave move. Okay, I see 5 waves there, nothing other than that. Okay, so if that's the case, guys, if that's a 5-wave move, then what we have going on is we've got a 5-wave, we got a 3-wave. Okay, we expect a 5-wave after that. Whenever you start with a 5, you need to end with a 5. Okay, so if this is 3 waves, guys, then we can interpret this in a different way. But right now, this is a 5-wave move, and so I'm constrained by Elliott wave to say that's. If this assumption is correct, that's a 5-wave move, then we got a 3-wave move down. Okay, we're looking for another 5-wave move. Now, if this is some kind of a 3-wave correction and we're going to get a deeper correction, which is a possibility, okay, then what that needs to be, guys, is this needs to come to the 1-to-1 extension of this 1-2 wave. Now, I'm expecting that price is going to come on down here to the $5,500 region. So let's just assume that for now, that we're going to get down here to the $5,500 region right there. So let's draw a 1-to-1 extension here off of this wave. Boom, boom. Okay, and let's say this wave finishes down here somewhere around $5,500. Let's just say it does. Then I'm going to get it off of log scale for now and get it on regular. There we go, because I think we're in short enough time frame to deal with it there. And what you'll see here, guys, we have a fairly deep 2-wave. We got a 1 and a 2. We have come back on, as far as price is concerned, we've come back and we've tagged the golden zone of 65. We've hit the 65. We've wicked through the 65. So we've gone through the golden zone there, but it looks like we're heading to the 786, which is right around $5,400. Okay, so $5,500 is our target there for the 786 retracement, which is great for a 2-wave retrace. Okay, so that's where we're getting the $5,500 target. That's where the next structure line is. That's where the next Fibonacci level is. Okay, so that's where that comes from. That's one of the areas it comes from. Now, if that's the case, then we got a 1-wave, that's 5 waves. We got a 3-wave pullback that comes to the 786. Okay, and then we got a 1-to-1 extension off of that, and what that would be, we got basically an A, a B, and a C wave. Okay, now with this scenario, guys, what we're looking at is we're actually looking at more downside here. We would expect then we got a 3-wave move, a WXY, then we have an ABC zigzag. Okay, and then what we would expect after that is another 3-wave move to the downside. Okay, that's proportional and equivalent to these waves. So let's pretend that that's what happens, and let's just see if we can come up with some kind of a projection for a bottom here if this happened. Okay. So if we're getting a deeper correction after that, after 16,000, then we'd be let's see, we'd be actually looking, that gives us a negative number there. I don't like that. Let's go up to the 2. That's better. All right, so it almost demands me to say that we could even come back and retest the high here at 19,330 at the 127 extension. Okay, so instead of hitting the 1-to-1 extension at 16,000, we could come on and test this 19,000 at 19,330 as well. So anyway, with a 1-to-1 extension off of that. So if I do a 1-to-1 extension from there, in other words, we have a flat working right here. We basically have a flat, boom, boom, and then boom. We'd be coming down to $2,500. Okay, and $2,500 looks like a really decent target there. Okay, so that's where it gets you down to that as a flat. That's a possibility. Let's see how the log scale would affect if we use log scale. How would that affect things? And again, I'm still growing in my understanding of I know how log scale works. That's not what I need to know. I don't know why the fibs are different, and I don't know the math involved to make the fibs different. But if it were drawn this way, let's see, the 1-to-1 extension is, that's got it at 24,000. That doesn't make sense to me. The 1-to-1 extension from there at 24,356. So I'm not sure I understand that. But then that would give us a move to the, let's see. That gives us that doesn't even finish that bottom out. $2,400 still looks pretty decent there. So yeah, it's pretty tough there. I'm not sure how to manage that. I'm going to stay in arithmetic scale for now. All right. So that's how, guys. That's how we're getting here. So I'm constrained. A couple things to take away, guys. Here, if you're thinking, we're going to get some kind of a 3-wave move like this to the downside. I mean, I suppose that's possible. It's just not proportional to this wave, okay? It's just not proportional to that wave, okay? Especially as we look at time and shape of that wave in the regular scale, okay? It just seems too long and drawn out comparatively to this wave, okay? This seems, and plus you don't really have that shape of a wave in any other wave that's been made, okay? And any other wave that's been made in here, guys, it's all basically just the shape I'm seeing over and over and over is this. Come on. Up, down, up, down. Okay, it's just that's the shape I see over and over and over. So I mean, and that's what we've got already, guys. We've already got this. Okay, it looks like we're ready to go up, but we've got a little bit more downside to go, as far as I can tell. But again, the reason I believe that is because we have a 5-wave move. I'm constrained. We've got a nice double. Actually got a triple zigzag here. It's a nice long correction. Okay. It's a nice long correction in time and in shape. It's very proportional to this wave. It looks really good. It looks like it's ready to go. But we need to get on down here probably, and then we head up. Okay, and that's going to be a nice bull move that we're going to have. I'm excited about that for this year coming up. And that looks like, if it just goes in that shape, it looks like the first half of the year, guys. We get that. By July. Maybe by July or August, we get that move. So first, I said first quarter, but I guess I was wrong on the time scale there earlier when I said it. But yeah, at least by the end of the year, we'll get up. By mid-year at least. Maybe August, end of July and August. There, we're looking at $16,000 Bitcoin, 16 to 17,000. Could even retest that $19,000 Bitcoin, which is even likely as well. So guys, there's a little hopium for you. There's a little different video, guys. It's not Moon Boy, guys. It's actually application of Elliott Wave, and that's the way I'm seeing the market for now. Until I have other information and I'm proven wrong, or I'm willing to chat about it, willing to just kind of share thoughts. But guys, I believe that we're in the beginning of a larger move. Okay, so worst case scenario, guys, $16,000 to $19,000. Worst case. That's what I'm thinking. From here, so $5,000 to $16,000 or so, and then possibly down to that $2,500 level. That would be hard for a lot of people, but you got to be able to short. And you got to know how to read the market. That's a good reason to join the Telegram group to learn those things. And we'll let you know when we're shorting and longing and everything like that. But if this is the beginning of a 5th wave, this is guys. Let me just give you a little bit more hopium here. if this is the beginning of a fifth wave to the upside, guys, we're actually looking at 24,000. Okay, we're looking at a move that's gonna kill, just like that, buddy. 24,000, and probably go higher than that. So, guys, we're looking pretty good. Bitcoin's looking phenomenal from an Elliott wave standpoint. Now, all of that is under the assumption that my analysis of these waves is correct. I'll be honest with you, quite hard, quite difficult, but that's the best I can come up with. I don't think it's valid to say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but rather I already gave those reasons why I believe that the third wave was ended at 20,000. Or it's possible that the third wave is going to end in closer to 106,000. Anyway, all right, you guys have a fantastic day. I guess let me end the video. I guess with just looking at some micro, because I'm usually looking at the micro with you, and you guys are in a trade right now. So let me just do some final analysis here on Bitcoin for you, just so you can kind of see what's going on. In the grand scheme, there we go. All right, in the grand scheme of things, guys, we are looking to come on down. You can see I'm still looking at making our way down to this D wave here, guys, so we're looking pretty good to come on down. Now, I don't know if we're going to get this bounce to the E wave and make a triangle, or we're going to continue down to that $5,500 region. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. We'll have to just wait and see. But I would tell you this, the wave structure that you see, let me show you here, okay? Actually, all of that wave structure right there is identical to this wave structure. I mean, it's just identical. Identical. That's a quote from my cousin Vinny. All right, anyway. So yeah, we're looking identical. So I've been kind of watching that for my roadmap, and it's been beautiful. I mean, every step of the way. I mean, there's almost identical features in the way that the market's been moving. So anyway, yeah, I'm looking for some kind of a little, jog in the road, and it would get on down here like that. And it looks smaller to that, so I'm inclined to think this is the triangle indeed. I'm inclined to believe that this is the triangle because this is a larger wave and this is an identical wave, but it's smaller. It's smaller in scope. It's happening faster, and it's smaller in its shape. And so I think it's an identical wave, but it's part of probably a tightening triangle there. So anyway, watching for 6,500 to 6,600 is my targets for down here. 6,500 to 6,600 could wick on down to 6,450. So be aware of that. So that's my target for down here. So we're just gonna watch it for the next couple of days. We're staying short. As soon as we break 70.53, guys, it's on like Donkey Kong for sure. So once we break that, that's gonna be we're gonna finally get the move we're looking for. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope it was not too pensive for you, but for the new year, but gives you a little hope for the coming year. All right, we'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.